Now from trains to one other vehicle, monster trucks. Tech Up Dave is in the studio. Hello, sir.
Hello, sir. How are you?
You spent not 1 but 2 days within the last little while. I told you weren't allowed to take time off. You took last Saturday off.
You even sent me a message at 3:30 last week that said, never take a day off again.
Yes. Well, I mean, but you did go to monster trucks and you had an amazing time.
I had an amazing time. They're amazing group of people that go around the world with these massive trucks. It's just insanity.
Let's have a look and a listen to what Tech Up Dave got up to when he was at Monster Trucks.
Hello and welcome to Stratford, welcome to the Olympic Stadium and welcome to Monster Jam 2023.
In the mid-70s, if I said to you monster truck, you'd think of a blue American Ford pickup with massive wheels called Bigfoot that crushed cars. However, by 1992, a new motorsport using this style of truck was introduced, and Monster Jam was born. At about 11 feet tall and 12 foot wide, themed as anything from a giant fish through to bulls, dogs and even a gravedigger, plus a 1,500 horsepower engine that gets through 3 gallons of fuel a minute, these things are hard to miss. It created great entertainment, and soon TV shows and toys were exported and the whole extravaganza went global. This year, Monster Jam have joined forces with Marvel to introduce 4 new trucks that were unveiled at the London Olympic Stadium 10 days ago. Iron Man, Thor, Black Panther and the Amazing Spiderman have been turned into monster trucks and were going into battle against the legendary Gravedigger, El Toro Loco, Max D and Megalodon in an afternoon of high-octane freestyle skills and racing competitions. But rather me tell you about it, let's ask one of the drivers.
I'm joined here by Bari Musawwir, who's just unveiled his new truck, Black Panther. Nice to see you, Barry. What do you think of your new car?
I love it. You know, this is actually my first time seeing it other than the rendering, so I didn't want to look at it beforehand. I wanted to get my natural reaction the first time I saw it, and I absolutely love it. I think the designers knocked it out of the park. Couldn't think of a better place to debut it than here in London.
Why did you get into monster trucks and Monster Jam? How did it all come about? It's not something you just sort of, oh, I know, I've got an idea. I'll just drive one of these around for a while.
Yeah, no, my mom took me to my first Monster Jam. I was 6 years old, and I knew at that moment, at the tender age of 6 years old, that I knew I wanted to drive a Monster Jam truck. So I got involved with radio-controlled cars at an early age, and then we actually had an RC competition, fast forward several years, at the home of the Gravedigger Monster Jam truck, which is pretty much the most famous truck in the world. And the creators of Monster Jam said, man, if you can drive an RC truck that good, you'll probably drive the real deal. So they gave me a shot in test field. A week later, I was living out a childhood dream.
Oh, wow.
But it took 4 years to be hired on professionally before I got my chance. And here I am 13 years in, still living a childhood dream.
How different is it to driving a normal car? I mean, if I go and get in it now, am I going to be able to drive down the road?
It's fairly easy to drive it, but you would not like the fuel mileage. The gas mileage will take you out. You won't get very far, but they make a lot of horsepower. 1,500 horsepower. That's what we need to jump these trucks 20 to 30 feet in the air, though.
And when you jump them through the air, what's going through your mind?
Yeah, you just want to make sure you're controlling the truck in the air. There's a way you can control these trucks and how they fly with the throttle rhythm and the brake patterns that you use. So there's a lot that goes into it. You're not just shooting from the hip. You're actually technically driving, and I call it controlled chaos, because it's literally like driving a roller coaster.
Barry, good luck on Saturday.
Thank you.
I will be watching from the stands.
All right.
I will see you there. Thank you ever so much.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. All right.
Needless to say, London's Monster Jam was spectacular, and Barry put on an amazing show, as did the rest of the drivers. But I'm not going to tell you where he came. If you want to know the final result, check out monsterjam.com and see highlights of the day, plus find out more about the trucks, the drivers, and where you can catch them live soon.
Dave, well done. That has illuminated the issue of monster trucks for me.
Do you understand?
I do understand. I mean, it looks and sounds really good fun, actually. You've been into it for a while, haven't you?
I went last year and I was blown away. And it's a typical American motorsport. Everybody's involved. The families are involved. The kids get involved. The mums and dads are there. I mean, they'd got roving reporters that were coming into the audience and talking to the kids, giving them prizes for the best outfits that they were wearing. And that's how American motorsport is. Even if you go to NASCAR, before the race,
NASCAR's really family oriented.
Before you go racing, they have you can go down in the pits and meet the drivers, and they have equally a similar thing there called the pit party. Where in the morning you can go and see the trucks, you can see the drivers, you can get photos and autographs and stuff. So it's just a brilliant thing, and I just wish more motorsport around the world did something similar to make it more family orientated, because it's a bit sort of Jeremy Clarkson geekish, really, motorsport normally. No one could
ever accuse you of being a geek, Dave, because that would be wrong. It's like if someone accused me of being a geek, that would also be wrong. But 3 gallons of fuel a minute, I mean, not very efficient.
No, but I'm sure you could wipe out a few ULEZ cameras as you drive over them.
I don't think it would quite pass ULEZ. No, that would be a very, very interesting one. And Barry, great interviewee as well, really interesting.
Yeah, I mean, that's only a very short part of his interview. I might put it up somewhere else. And but he really interesting guy. We were hoping to speak to all the drivers, but they all got on a 26-hour delay flight.
Oh, goodness.
So when I was talking to Barry, they were trying to get into Heathrow at that point.
Goodness me.
So they were all a little sleepy by Saturday morning.
Excellent. Well, from your passion to my passion, which is cats, and just talking about cats, the Lionesses themselves, England's Lionesses, they've beaten Haiti 1-0 in the first World Cup match, so congratulations to them for that. I wish them all the very, very best in the Women's World Cup. And now it's time for Cat of the Week.
It's Cardi B's Cat of the Week.
OK, Dave, who's the Cat of the Week this week?
Cat of the Week this week is Archie, who's been nominated by cat mum Rachel. I believe, having calculated it, having looked at their Twitter page, Archie was 4 in May, and he's full of love, mischief, and likes the great outdoors. He's a primed hunter. In fact, he is the vermin destroyer of their local hometown. He's been a very brave boy. He had a very serious road traffic accident about a year ago, probably a year and a half by now, where he fractured and dislocated his femur.
Oh, goodness.
But he's made an amazing recovery.
Great.
And to be entirely honest, if he was driving a car,
yeah,
I mean, that's a miracle. He's got a new wicker basket.
Perhaps he probably wasn't.
No? Oh, okay. He's got a new wicker basket that he had for Christmas, but he also loves the cardboard paper bag that he sometimes goes and sleeps in as well. So Excellent. He loves playing, eating, hunting, and generally being a happy cat. And Rachel feels honoured to have him in her life.
That's wonderful. That's Archie there. If you're watching, you can see him on the screen. If you're not watching, in fact, you're listening, I will, Dave puts this all together in a lovely little video, and I will put it on my Twitter, at Peter Cardwell, at some stage after the show. Usually what happens is I nip out and have a bit of a gossip with Dave and a few other people, and then he sends me that, and I'll put it on at Peter Cardwell on my Twitter. So thank you very much indeed for that. Thanks to Rachel for sending in Cat of the Week, and thank you to Dave for a brilliant introduction to monster trucks. You got to say it. Can you say it in that voice?
Monster trucks.
Yeah, very good. I like it. Well, that was a bit more Bane from Batman, perhaps. There's a different element there. Well, listen, thank you very much, Dave. Brilliant stuff, and thanks for administering and doing all the paperwork with Cat of the Week as well.